Heavy rain poured down on the stage. BTS continued to perform without stopping. But it wasn't the performance on stage that touched ARMY, but what Jimin revealed after the concert ended. There are worries, regrets, and stories behind the scenes that are rarely known. What exactly happened that night? You must hear his confession firsthand. BTS's tour finally began, and the opening concert really proved once again why they are still at the top of the industry. From the first song to the last, their dedication, energy, and connection to ARMY feels so strong. Even the weather seemed to want to test them. It rained heavily throughout the show, but that didn't stop them at all. They kept singing, dancing, and giving their best on stage as if nothing was wrong. In fact, the rain made the moment feel even more epic. Seeing them perform so passionately in the midst of such conditions was truly chilling. ARMY is no less extraordinary. The fans stayed on, singing, screaming, and supporting them even though their bodies were soaked. This is a strong testament to how close and unique the bond between BTS and ARMY is. And of course, there were also Jikook's little moments. Brief glances, subtle gestures, and small interactions that do not go unnoticed by observant fans. Small details that speak volumes without the need for words. It truly became the opening of an unforgettable tour, full of emotion, energy, and meaningful memories. After the concert, Jimin went live to greet the fans in a very honest and open way. He admitted that he was a little embarrassed to appear on camera because of the rain. His hair and appearance were not in the best condition, and he even joked that he should have worn a hat. However, he decided to go live anyway, not to look perfect, but just to say hello to ARMY. He also shared that he finished work quite late, around 11 p.m., and that day felt very long and tiring. Despite feeling uncomfortable with her wet hair and appearance, she still wants to connect with fans. He has repeatedly emphasized that his goal is just to say hello. Jimin then spoke about the concert, expressing his deep gratitude to all who attended as well as those who watched via the live broadcast. At the same time, he showed his concern for the fans due to the heavy rain. He was afraid that someone would get sick because of the weather conditions, and even apologized for the difficult situation they had to face. He also calmed everyone down by saying that he was fine and healthy. When fans praised him, he responded humbly through heartfelt thanks, but still emphasized his concern for the audience's condition. Despite the many challenges, he described the concert as something very fun and meaningful. He explained that he had been waiting for this moment for years, which made him very emotional for him. He admitted that the day did not go perfectly. Rain, pressure to perform at its best, as well as some unexpected technical obstacles affected the performance. One example is the smoke effect on stage. During the exercise, the effect worked perfectly, but due to the rain and the absence of wind, the smoke did not spread as planned, thus interfering with the visuals they wanted to show. This made him a little disappointed because he knew the results could have been better. However, Jimin shows a very professional attitude. He explained that after each performance, they always receive feedback, analyze what is missing, and improve it. This is part of their efforts to continue to evolve and provide a better experience every time they perform. He also shared that all the members had a joint discussion about the show, talking about what went well, what was lacking, and what could be improved. It's a collaborative process where everyone is involved, not just performing on stage. Even though he felt pressure, Jimin said that if the audience could enjoy the concert even a little, it would be enough to make him feel relieved and happy. He also shared the great behind-the-scenes preparations with the director, dancers, staff, and members who worked tirelessly for this performance. Looking ahead, he hopes that the next tour goes smoothly, no one gets hurt, and all the performances can be completed safely. In a lighter tone, he joked that he might have slept very well that night after such a long day. Before ending the broadcast, he mentioned simple and relatable things, such as wanting to clean himself up and realizing that he hadn't had dinner that late in a long time. These little things show a very down-to-earth side of herself. At the end, he reaffirmed their work ethic. If something goes wrong, they will fix it. If something goes well, they will still analyze it to get better. Most importantly, he emphasized that seeing the fans and performing for them is what gives meaning to all their hard work. He again thanked ARMY and expressed his belief that they will perform even better in the next concerts. Jimin also mentioned how the rainy moment, although difficult, actually made the concert feel more emotionally memorable. He said there was a mixed feeling in his heart, between being happy to be back in front of fans and worried about seeing them survive in the midst of hostile weather. For him, the sight of ARMY standing by, singing, and cheering them on in the rain is something he will never forget. He admitted that throughout the concert, his mind was not only focused on the performance, but also on the condition of the audience. Every time it rained heavily, he wondered to himself if the fans were okay. That sense of responsibility felt very big for him. In addition, Jimin explained that this concert was not just an ordinary performance, but part of their new journey as artists. He and the members wanted to show a different side, try new concepts, and get out of their comfort zone. That's why they made a lot of adjustments to the choreography, stage layout, and the flow of the performance. However, when the reality on the ground didn't quite go according to plan, he felt a little disappointed in himself. Not because the audience is complaining, but because he feels he can give better. Even so, he is still grateful to see a positive response from ARMY. Jimin also emphasized that all these processes make them more solid as a team. The discussions they had after the concert were not ordinary discussions, but rather attentive conversations to small details. They really evaluate everything in order to provide a better experience at the next show. On the sidelines of his talk, Jimin smiled a few times, as if feeling warm when recalling the moments on stage. He looked very sincere when he said that the greatest happiness for him was being able to see the fans in person again after such a long time. Thank you for watching until the end, Jikook lovers. If you also feel Jimin truly delivers in every solo performance, don't forget to support this video by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let us know in the comments which performance moment from the Face era gave you the most goosebumps. See you in the next video. Borahi. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't